As a social media manager, it sort of feels like you wear 101 hats. You're busy AF, but you don't want to sacrifice on the performance of the content that you're spending so much time on, and you know that hashtags are a crucial element of an effective Instagram strategy. Well, in this video, we solve your hashtag strategy problem. We're going to share with you all of the tips and tricks that you need to create an effective and sustainable hashtag strategy to save you time and bring you more results. So let's get right into it. So first off, let's start with why hashtags can't be slept on. Hashtags are still a valuable tool to up the ROI of your social activities by capturing new audiences that might have not otherwise seen or heard of your content. Instagram cares a lot about its user experience and wants to push the right kind of content to the right audiences. And hashtags are one of the ways that help Instagram understand what kind of content you're creating and who it's for. So by using high quality and very relevant hashtags, you can actually help Instagram help you. And we know that so many people are confused by hashtags, but it actually doesn't have to be difficult, and we're going to share with you a quick and simple guide here today. So first, create a simple hashtag strategy that's easy for you to execute. When you're just getting started with hashtags, you want to follow a strategy that helps you succeed, not something that adds stress to your workload because, like we talked about earlier, you're extremely busy. Firstly, make sure you're avoiding the common mistakes people make when it comes to using hashtags. To get the results that you want, you should be ranking in the top post section of the hashtag. So think of this as your goal with every single post. You also need to use hashtags that are the right size for your account and make sense in relation to the content you're posting to increase your chances of actually ranking. Relevancy is extremely crucial. You're going to hear that time and time again here because it is so important. Next, always use 30 hashtags per post. There's been a lot of conflicting advice here when it comes to how many hashtags to use, but we consistently find that our users that are using more hashtags see more results. So Instagram lets you use 30. If you can find 30 relevant hashtags, do so every time. Next, don't use flagged or banned hashtags. This can restrict reach on your content and also get your account in trouble. And there are two ways to make sure you never do this. The first is to go into Instagram manually and search for all the tags that you're using to make sure they're not banned. And the second, and our preferred method, is to use Flick, because within Flick, we actually have a built-in tool that will scan through all the hashtags you select to make sure that none of them are flagged or banned. Those are some general do's and don'ts when it comes to hashtags. Now, for your specific strategy, let's start with the end in mind. Create your hashtag lists ahead of time and organize them in a way that makes sense for you when you're using them. Start by drawing up a list of hashtags or keywords that are relevant to the types of content that you post, and base this on what people would actually type into Instagram and search for if they were looking for content like yours. And once you have this broad list, it's time to talk about strategy for your specific hashtags, a word that we know you'll love as a social media manager because strategy is what you do. The easiest way to do this is by linking your Instagram account directly to Flick and turning on suggested filters. If you don't already have a Flick account, you can start a 7-day trial using the link down below to help you do this. Using Flick's going to make this far more efficient and save you a ton of time, but you still can do everything we're going to cover in this video manually. You just have to put a little more time and effort into it. So with suggested filters within Flick, when you start searching, our tool will automatically give you hashtags that you are likely to rank on based on your specific account's analytics. Start by searching the hashtags on the list that you've already created to get relevant hashtags to those keywords that you are more likely to rank on. So when you type in a keyword directly into Flick, it's also going to auto-populate a ton of similar hashtags. So the bit of research you did earlier will help you out a ton right here. Save these into different collections within Flick based on the post that you're going to make in the future, and voila, your strategy is off the ground. But remember, building a hashtag strategy is definitely a marathon and not a sprint. So get started with something simple and optimize your results as you go and learn more about hashtags, and Flick will help you do all of that. The next hashtag topic we're going to cover is using branded hashtags for increased awareness. A branded or campaign hashtag is one of your best friends when it comes to fleshing out your image beyond your website, advertisements, or press coverage. By implementing a solid branded hashtag, you not only create an image bank for which valued customers can tag their content into, but you also provide a recognizable tagline that people can reach when they feature your product or service. This is also essential when you collaborate with other creators, as it brands the post that they are sharing as part of your campaign or partnership. It's a softer way of reaching your consumers, as it allows an influencer's audience to independently check out all of the content posted in that hashtag rather than being directed to your page first. Pick a hashtag that fits well with the name, feel, and tone of the brand you are representing. You can also have fun with campaign hashtags when you release new products or initiate launches, making posts instantly recognizable and associated with your brand. Next, we're going to cover hashtag performance and the things you want to keep in mind when you're actually tracking this for future increased performance. And the best way to do that is to benchmark your hashtag performance. Another way to increase your reach via hashtags is by actually looking around you. As a social media manager, it's likely you will have a list of competitor accounts that you look to see what other people are posting and what they're doing in your industry. Just like you would benchmark your performance in terms of type of content you are posting, you can benchmark your performance in terms of types of hashtags you're using as well. If an account within your industry has great engagement in comparison to their following, try and take a look at the type of hashtags they're using when they post. Draw up a list of some of the key hashtags you see that are also relevant to the type of content that you produce. You can also use these as a basis for your hashtag research directly within Flick, which will suggest more niche and relevant high-performing hashtags tailored to your account. Now we're going to stress the importance of relevancy once again, because it cannot be overstated. Relevancy is wildly critical when it comes to hashtags and the performance you actually get from them. So let's give you an example to really drive this home and help you get more results. If you're a social media manager for a tech company, you want to specifically reach audiences that are interested in tech. I know it sounds obvious, but too many people get this wrong for me to not go into this in specific detail. If someone searches for the hashtag how to SEO, for example, they're specifically looking for resources on Instagram that will help them improve their SEO strategy. Take a look at the consumer profiles your team has drawn up and start to think about what they might actually search for when they're using Instagram to find specific content. Put yourself in their shoes and apply this to your hashtag strategy. And huge pro tip here, if you haven't drawn up consumer profiles based on your Instagram strategy yet, communicate with the rest of your marketing team to really figure this out. The better you know who you're trying to reach, the more effective your strategy can be from a content perspective, as well as a hashtag perspective, to actually get in front of the right people that will move the needle for you and your business or brand, whatever you're doing here. The next piece we're covering here is the importance of organization. And as a social media manager who is incredibly busy, organization is absolutely key. As a social media manager, you're probably very familiar with using spreadsheets and calendars to keep yourself accountable and organized. And you should definitely take a similar approach to keeping your hashtags organized to help make the whole thing flow smoother and help you get more results from using tags. And a great way to do this is by categorizing your hashtags into collections based on the different kinds of content that you post consistently. This will help to save you a ton of time and also help to improve your reach for potential new followers on Instagram. Right within Flick, you can create collections of hashtags based on a number of different elements. And each of these collections can easily be copied and pasted directly into your captions or comments when you post your content. And this all means once you've done your research and organized your hashtag sets, you'll have better performing hashtags stored in an app right on your desktop for easy plug and play use. And this organization is really critical for long-term success and sustainability. And there are a few different ways that you can go about categorizing your different tags. Some make collections based on content type. For example, if you were managing an account in the fashion niche, you might have different collections of hashtags for menswear, streetwear, or women's wear. If you categorize your hashtags based on content type, then you should make sure to include a mix of low competition, medium competition, and high competition tags in each individual set. But collections are a must when it comes to keeping yourself organized, and you can do this all manually within, say, the Notes app of your phone, but Flick makes it very easy to do this in a centralized place that you can also change the lists over time based on performance, which perfectly segues into our next point, which is to know the hashtag metrics that can actually improve your performance. Another way that you can categorize your hashtags is by looking at their competitiveness in relation to your account. This can be shown using a number of hashtag metrics such as average likes, daily average post count, and total posts. Average likes is the average number of likes that the posts within a certain hashtags have. DAPC, which stands for daily average post count, is the number of posts made into a hashtag averaged over the previous 7-day period. Total posts is the number of posts shared into a hashtag overall. And that was a super quick run through of the major hashtag analytics that you want to keep in mind. But if you do want a deeper dive to really understand this stuff, we made an entirely dedicated video to that specific subject that you can find right here in the card above. But it's definitely important to keep competitiveness in mind because this will play a big part in your ability to rank within tags, which will dictate your performance. But on that note, some good news is that Instagram just recently announced that their algorithm is changing slightly within hashtags to prioritize recent content, which should make it easier for smaller accounts to still get performance within more competitive tags, which is obviously great news. At this point, we've covered a ton and thrown a lot at you. So if anything was confusing, feel free to go back and rewatch sections of this video. And as we mentioned, Flick will help you do all of the things we're mentioning here substantially faster and easier. And if you've never tried Flick out for yourself or for your clients, you can access a completely free week trial of all of our different services using the link in the description box down below. And if you do end up trying it out, definitely let us know how you like it in the comment section of this video or any other ones. We do check them all. So the final point we're going to cover here today is to take your time and enjoy mastering this new skill because it is just that. It is a skill. And just like with any other skill, it's going to take time to improve your skill and performance. But once you really understand this and have it hammered down, it is a massive value add for all the clients that you're managing. And we here at Flick are huge Instagram nerds here to help social media managers like yourself, as well as creators, better use Instagram and specifically better leverage hashtags. So if you're looking to up your performance and save yourself some time, definitely subscribe to our channel. We'll talk every every single week on all things Instagram to help you level up and crush it. And when it comes to crushing it on Instagram, building a connected community is one of the most important things that you can do. And going live is one of the most powerful ways to do that. And we made a full Instagram Live guide to help you go live and find success and connection with your audience that you can find right here. So go ahead and click that. You will become an IG Live pro and connect deeply with your audience very quickly. So go ahead and click that. I will see you over there. We'll keep talking.